Now understand, Esdras, from your own words.
For you have said that the mind grows with us. For this reason, therefore, those who live on earth shall be tormented, because though they had understanding, they committed iniquity.
They continued to do what was wrong. The same way you can even go to the Christian church and be like, well, what about this law and that law according to the Bible? They'd be like, you don't have to follow that. The law's done away with. Oh, we don't got to follow that, right? Well, okay. Well, guess what? That so-called homosexual that's playing in your band, that's singing in your choir, they heard that too. So when they start acting out and doing what they want to do in your church, you can't tell them the law is done away with and what they're doing is sin when you're telling all your parishioners and people that are following in your church that God's law has been done away with and they're covered through Christ's grace. So move over. You got some guys and some girls that want to just perpetuate their love on your congregation and end up running your whole church soon. The law done away with, right? So be careful putting that out there and not make a distinction of what you're really saying. Now we know the law of sacrifice is done away with, but the Most High laws stand. Okay? Now that means the death part is done away with. When Leviticus 20 and 13, I use that example where it says, if man lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, he shall surely be put to death. Of course you can't put nobody to death. Christ went to the cross. But the law of that behavior is sinful. And they have an opportunity to repent from that and operate as the Most High made them originally, as a man or a woman. See that? So that's how they should be showing this in the church. They say, listen, there's a law that says you should be put to death, but Christ went to the cross. But not so you haven't been baptized in the church so you can continue to sin. Okay? Really, your actions are death according to the law. So the Most High gave you grace. So use that grace as an opportunity to receive the kingdom of heaven before the judgment. That's how it should be presented. Because you're living under grace here. Not so that you can perpetuate your activity on the rest of the congregation. See? Read.
And though they had received the commandments, they did not keep them.
And though they have received the commandments, they did not keep them. So that's the importance of understanding the commandments of God. Those that are breaking the commandments purposely and know to do better is a judgment. So you can't say in church that, well, the law is done away with. The law of sin and death is covered through the blood of Christ. That's a law that began with the sin of Adam. And they'll make you believe that law of sin and death is the law of Moses with their misunderstanding of Paul's writings. Read.
And though they obtained the law, they dealt unfaithfully with that which they received. What then will they have to say in the judgment? Or how will they answer in the last times? How long will the Most High, or how long the Most High has been patient with those who inhabit the world, and not for their sake, but because of the times that he has foreordained? Verse 75. I answered and said, I have found favor in your sight, O Lord. Show this also to your servant, whether after death, as soon as every one of us yields up the soul, we shall be kept and rest until those times come when ye will renew the creation.
So he asked the Most High, show him what happens when the spirit goes up out of our body. He needs to know what happens at that moment until the creation is renewed. He asked the Most High if he found favor in his eyes to teach this to him. And this information was part of the 70 scriptures hid that they won't let you get in church. This is important information. Read.
Or whether we shall be tormented at once.
Or will we be tormented at once? Will it happen after the final judgment? Or does it happen immediately after our spirit leaves the body, is what Esdras is asking here. Read.
76. He answered me and said, I will show you that also. But do not include yourself with those who have shown scorn, or number yourself among those who are tormented. For you have a treasure of works stored up with the Most High, but it will not be shown to you until the last time.
See that? He says, I'm going to show you, but he didn't want to scare Ezra. So he said, listen, don't include yourself with the people that will be destroyed. Because you have enough works that you have stored up for me. But I'm not going to show you everything I'm going to give you until it's time. See that? So Ezra did work for the Most High and stored those works up to the point where the Most High showed favor with him and said, listen, you're going to get the blessings of the few. Read.
78. Now concerning death.
Now concerning death.
The teaching is, when the decisive decree has gone out from the Most High.
So a decree goes out from the Most High first. So man do not dictate when a person lives or dies.
Mm-hmm.
The same way you can see someone get shot 9 times and still live. Why? Because the Most High didn't send the decree. Read.
When the decisive decree has gone out from the Most High that a person shall die.
Go ahead.
As the spirit leaves the body to return again to him who gave it. First of all, it adores the glory of the Most High.
That's that light. The first thing the spirit sees is that power and glory of the Most High, which everyone claimed they seen through a state of what they call physical death. And no one else could explain it of why. Some people who didn't believe in the Most High at all went through one of those experiences and woke up a believer. Because you cannot tell them that what they seen wasn't real. And that there's something real out there outside of our dimension or our terrestrial existence. Why? Because it's your spirit that experiences life. The body is just a shell. To prove that, once a spirit leaves the body, I don't care what you do to it. You can hack it, you can saw it, you can shoot it. There's no reaction. Why? It was the spirit attached with the body through the nerves that was reacting to the pain. To prove to you that it's not the body that feels pain. It's the spirit. Because when the spirit is gone, the body, there's no reaction at all. So some people try to say, well, how can you feel something after death? The body don't feel anything after death, does it? So what was feeling? The spirit. Right? Also, that's also the answer to when we were reading in the academy. Where it talks about that when we said that the Most High charged the center of the earth, it tell you the place of judgment was created before man. See? Right. So that fire in the earth was created at that time. See that? Yes, so we're going to deal with that tomorrow at the academy. But go ahead.
Verse 79.
Go ahead.
If it is one of those who have shown scorn and have not kept the way of the Most High, who have despised his law and hated those who feared the Most High.
That means you have someone that's purposely was against the Most High and hated those who brought them the truth of the Most High.
Such spirits shall not enter into habitations.
They will not enter into habitations,
but shall immediately wander about in torments.
They shall immediately wander about in torments. Similar to, and I think they showed this long time ago in this movie, Ghost. Where these things came and dragged the guys that were wrong directly into torments. Read.
Such spirits shall not enter into habitations, but shall immediately wander about in torments, always grieving and sad in 7 ways.
And the Most High will give them 7 ways that they will always think about during their whole time there until the final judgment. What is the 7 ways?
The first way, because they have scorned the law of the Most High. The second way,
they're going to always think of the laws they broke, knowing that they were wrong. Second way,
because they cannot now make a good repentance so that they may live.
That means if they had a chance, knowing what they knew then, they would be the most righteous person on earth if they were let back. that they can't change now everything they could have changed while they were living. They will always think about that during that time. Read.
The third way, they shall see the reward laid up for those who have trusted the covenants of the Most High.
Like it was shown in the book of Luke, the 16th chapter, when the rich man who had everything and deprived the poor was able to look over that gulf fix and see Lazarus being protected in profound quiet by angels. They can actually see the reward in that region. And some people can ask, well, why, how can they do this? You're thinking from a physical standpoint and not realizing that there's a certain level of seeing that's beyond this physical realm. That once you're out of this body, you're not just dealing with the physical realm, but the spiritual realm too. You understand? So down there, they'll be able to see in the spirit what's going on with those who did right. Read.
The fourth way, they shall consider the torment laid up for themselves in the last days.
That means the whole time, the only thing they can look forward to is the judgment at the end of the 1,000 years when Satan and his angels are thrown in the fire. That's the only thing they could be looking forward to, and they deal with this every moment while they're there. Read.
The fifth way.
Here's the fifth way.
They shall see how the habitations of the others are guarded by angels in profound quiet.
Go ahead.
The sixth way. They shall see how some of them will cross over into torments. The seventh way.
So they also, not only are they dealing with torments, they're seeing others come to where they are. Read.
The seventh way, which is worse than all the ways that have been mentioned, because they shall utterly waste away in confusion and be consumed with shame.
They shall be consumed with shame. We're in the annotated Apocrypha, so you can't follow us unless you have the annotated, which were the extra 70 that were hid by Ezra the prophet. But Cambridge have it and Oxford have it, and they will not release this to the population. Only those in the know gets this information. What's the last way?
The seventh way, which is worse than all the ways that have been mentioned.
Here's what they will think about the whole time while there.
Because they shall utterly waste away in confusion and be consumed with shame, and shall wither with fear at seeing the glory of the Most High, in whose presence they sinned while they were alive.
They're not going to believe after they see the power of the Most High that they have denied him while living. They're going to be totally confused seeing all that power, thinking that he wasn't real while they were living. So atheists, let me tell you, atheists, someone played a serious game on them. Because to them, this thing is a cat and mouse game between them and so-called Christians. They need to make a Christian not believe. That's the whole thing. To show people how stupid it is believing on something they can't see. When it's deeper than that. Let me tell you, every creation, every product of creation will see the Creator, will adorn his power. Whether you're on the right or wrong side of judgment, there's not going to be any such thing as an atheist thought when you see the power of the Most High. You're not going to have to question whether or not he's real or asking, well, you show me him to see if he's real. You're going to sit there in total confusion of thinking like, with all the knowledge I had to debate Christians, how didn't I know about this? How could I have not found out about this powerful, beyond being? So the Most High is not on a trip to have everyone look to believe on him. He's not on some trip like, can y'all just come love me? You got the wrong, I think the Christian church have thrown out this perception. The Most High have the angels minister you and try to turn you right for your own sake. Okay? It's the ministering angels that try to get you and steer you right. Because the Most High is not going to grieve over anyone who have purposely